lesson 11 through 17 from Learn Violin Fast, Book 3. This is part 2. We're now going to play familiar songs with high threes. So remember from earlier books and earlier lessons, we introduce a concept, we do really easy exercises, then we do that concept, that technique with familiar songs that we know. So Dreidel, Twinkle, Old MacDonald, scales, and then we go on to learn more challenging and new music. So part 2 is basically playing the same songs that we've played before, but now they're in a range and in a key that we have to use a high 3, C sharp. Dreidel, number 11, it's going to be a high 3 on the G string, and there's not a high 3 on D. So Dreidel, number 11. Number 12, Old MacDonald. So now it's in B major. It looks a little scary. There are 5 sharps, but just know that basically fingers are on the tapes and you have high 3s on the A string. So it looks a lot scarier than it actually is. We're going to start with 1 on A, and then you have high 3s. Okay, so G sharp and D sharp, high 3 on D and high 3 on A. Old MacDonald, number 12. Ready, go. And you'll notice some of these pieces have accents, dynamics, crescendos, diminuendos. Some have absolutely nothing. So it's really up to you to now exercise your musicianship and introduce changes and make your playing interesting, even on these easy songs. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, number 13. This is in E major now. We're going to have again 1 on A, but then a high 3 on D. Twinkle, number 13. Number 14, lightly row. Again, this one is in B major. We'll start with the 1 on A, and then we'll go right to a high 3 on the D string. Remember though, when you have to stretch farther, you have to add a little bit extra of a stretch. So if you had a high 3 on the A string, same as your first note, you would be fine with a little stretch, but because you're going to the D string from A string, it's a little bit farther, stretch a little extra. Number 14, lightly row, starting with 1 on A. And I hope you notice that when I repeat the same note, I try to change it up ever so slightly. So a person that's listening should not be saying, oh, wow, they're making each one a tiny bit different. It should be subtle enough that they can't tell, but it should be enough that people can't tell that it's not boring. Right? So it's a fine balance, but make sure if you play the same thing more than once that you change it up. Number 15, can. All right, number 16, Jingle Bells. We're going to start with the G sharp. So you could find your high 3 going from your open D. Number 16. number 17, just a gentle reminder to always check your posture, always remind yourself to relax, head up, shoulders down, elbows up, strong fingers. Do not elbow with the back. Don't let the back take over. Use your arm muscles to push the bow out. Whether you play détaché in the middle, you're playing the lower half, upper half, full bows, it doesn't matter. Do not ever engage the back to help you move the bow. Number 17, Ode to Joy. We're going to start with the C sharp. Also, you'll notice how I'm always taking a small breath. Before I begin, I always count off how fast I'm going to go, and then I give myself a little cue. It's a really good habit to start developing even at the beginning of your journey. So don't forget to count off how fast you're going to go and take a small breath through your nose. Thanks for watching. I hope you're able to keep up, play along. All of this makes sense, and I'll see you in the next lesson.